Dust on the tires, sun in my eyes. Another damn day, same old damn lie. The engine coughing, road just don't end. Where's the justice, my only true friend? Graceland Shootout, yeah, Graceland Shootout. No turning back now. Graceland Shootout, hear that engine whine. Graceland Shootout, this race is mine. Cops on my tail, shadows they creep, secrets they whisper while the good folks sleep. Field gauge low, spirits worn thin. Gotta keep pushing, gotta somehow win. Graceland Shootout, yeah, Graceland Shootout. No turning back now. Oh, Graceland Shootout, hear that engine whine. Graceland Shootout, this race is mine. What's the score anyway? Who's keeping track? Just keep on moving, ain't no coming back. One more lap, one more prayer. This whole damn war just don't care. Graceland Shootout, yeah, Graceland Shootout. No turning back now, yeah, Graceland Shootout. Hear that engine whine. Graceland Shootout, this race is mine. Graceland Shootout, yeah, Graceland Shootout. No turning back now, yeah, Graceland Shootout. Hear that engine whine. Graceland Shootout, this race is mine.
You race fans need to buckle up because it's time to go racing.
Alright, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Graceland Shootout series. I'm your host, Joshua Norton, and tonight we're at Chicagoland Speedway. Another one of my favorite tracks so far. It's a really fun intermediate 1.5 mile oval. So typical NASCAR track layout and length. It's a nice 78 degrees outside. It's 32% humidity, partly cloudy, and a 7 mile per hour wind gust. Track temperature is looking like it's sitting at about 83 degrees right there on the asphalt, so should be pretty easy on the tires tonight. And aside from that, we are hanging out, watching the last bit of practice. This guy's getting some laps in, getting familiar, hanging around, and pretty much just getting ready to qualify. Looks like as of right now, we got about 11 people that have put down a time. Looks like 11 people so far in the session, including the man himself, Elvis Presley, out there in that number one. I don't see the RCA sponsor tonight. Looking like just a plain number one car. Right now, actually, the slowest of the bunch for now. We'll have to see if that changes. It tends to after practice. He always seems to find a little bit of speed, and he sets a pretty good lap come qualifying. So have to see if he does that again. Looking like a whole group of everybody coming out, getting a little bit of practice in here together. Black flag for the 95. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we are sitting in practice. Penalties don't really count for anything here. Standings, we want to go ahead and show up. I did connect my broadcasting software up to the SimRacer Hub standings, but for some odd reason it is still not wanting to go ahead and show me those. So what I will do instead is I will pull it up on my end and give you guys a quick little rundown. If SimRacer Hub wants to cooperate with me, for some reason it is not wanting to pull up our results after last weekend's race. Season 12. This is the Gen 6. That is not the one that we want. Here we go, we want this one. Nope, we... Seems everyone is pulling back off track, resetting the pits, and I think they're going to go ahead and try that all again. Not sure why SimRacer Hub wants to be difficult tonight. There we go. Now, I got our results up. This is just the results for the last race, however. I want the entire season 12 standings. There we go. Alright, so as of right now, the 6th of Eric Blount is currently our points leader, sitting at 230 points. Closest behind him, second place in points, tied with Billy Stanley at 215 points, is Daniel Holloway and Billy Stanley. Fourth right now in points, Michael Pratt. He is sitting at 203, actually tied with Richard Sudduth right underneath of him. So tied for fourth place and a tie for second place right now. Sixth place right now is going to go to John C. Parker. He's at 199 points. Seventh, David Cox. He's at 195. Scott McLean, eighth right now in points. He's at 190. Jersey Smith sitting in ninth, 185 points. Tom Atlas, 10th in points right now at 184. So 1 point difference right there between Smith and Atlas. We'll have to see how that changes after tonight's race. Cole Spaulding right now, 181 points, so also pretty close. Cole Spaulding sitting in 11th. Terry Walters, 12th in points, 179 points. Ryan Hunter in 13th at 172 points. So pretty close gap, just over 10 points between 9th to 13th there. Billy Roberts, who we haven't seen in a couple of races here, sitting at 81 points right now in 14th. Gary Miller, 15th at 57 points, tied with Sean Wilder, also at 57 points, 15th. Wow, could not get that one out. Michael Vitale, I think, is how you say it, 17th in points right now at 47. Philip Temples, 41 points right now at 18th. Ronald Piles in 19th in points, 32 points, also tied with Michael Woodward right now for 19th, 32 points. And then Elvis Presley, who for some reason is divvied up into two at 29 points and 20 points. So should be, if you add those together, should be 49 points and should technically be 16th in points. But that is our current series standings right now as we sit coming in the Chicagoland Speedway. We'll go ahead and switch our view now. I'm done reading that. Pull the tower back up, see if any times change, see who's setting the fastest lap right now. Philip Temple's 30.960. Only driver right now to set a lap below 31 seconds. Looks like a couple of people getting ready to reset again back into the pits. Looks like everybody. See who all comes back out again for a couple of laps prior to our caution. We got prior to qualifying, we've got 5 more minutes until it is time to go out there and set the best lap you got. There's number 6 right now, our points leader at the moment. Comfortable little points lead, but I'm sure he is looking to extend that as much as possible. We do, before we get too busy, and too crazy racing, I would like to acknowledge that next weekend, for July 4th weekend, we will not be racing. We will not be live. But we'll be picking right back up going to Las Vegas July 12th. So make sure you're ready, calendars are marked, and you guys are tuned in when we kick back off racing for the rest of the season. We've got races 8 through 13 to finish, so we have 6 more races after tonight until we round off with our season finale August 16th at Talladega. Nice little side-by-side battle we're in practice right now with our points leader and I believe our league owner, Billy Stanley, getting a little bit of racing practice in together. Kind of wrapping that high line on entry, maybe diamonding out the corners a little bit there. We'll have to see if that plays the difference come race time on them tires. Ooh, the 6th a little loose there coming out of 2. Could be something we might have to watch out for in the race. 55 in the wall right now. He was stuck to that thing. Whoa, getting a little close. 51 in the 6th, trading a little bit of paint there on the exit of 1 and 2. Cars look like they're getting a little loose in those turns. Should be a pretty interesting race to watch. We'll have to see if that becomes an issue as time goes on and these tires wear down. Just under a minute and a half till qualifying is underway here at Chicagoland Speedway. Oh, big contact. Good thing it's the end of practice. The 55 was quite sideways there. We're going to go ahead and roll over. It is time to put these driving skills to the test, put the drivers out on track, and see who can set the best time and take that pole position. Looking like Elvis Presley going to be one of our first takers out on track. He's going to go set his 2 fast laps. Let's see what this number 1 RCA car can do. Well, usually he's in the RCA car. Tonight he is not. Flat white number 1 machine. First 3 drivers, Philip Temples, Billy Stanley, Charlie Parker, all putting down their first laps. 31.257, 31.340, 31.414 in that order. Daniel Holloway in the 21, 31.438. Richard Suddup in the 95, 31.439. And Elvis Presley in the 1, 32.208. Elvis Presley is going to better his time, 31.806. Couple more drivers now getting some times put down. The 51 of Anthony Bledsoe. Right now, 3rd quickest with a 31.295 on his first lap. Ooh, almost knocked my phone off of my desk. It does not look like the second lap was any quicker. He will stay 3rd place quickest for now, 31.295. David Cox out there still turning, I believe, his second lap. Oh, he is slowing down. That must have been his second lap, 31.464. Gonna lock him in the 9th place for the time being. 61 of Mike Woodward, another one I haven't mentioned yet for qualifying. 31.433 right now, sitting 7th. Still have Tom Atlas that has yet to put down a qualifying lap. Cole Spaulding, another one still to put down a lap. Let's see if either of these drivers decide to make an attempt tonight to maybe take that pole position away from last week's race winner, Philip Temples. Right now, neither of which on track. It is looking to me like they're going to opt out of putting down a qualifying time tonight. They're going to start towards the rear of the field. And time for the 5-minute warm-up session. Drivers can go out, maybe turn a lap or two, and just kind of get ready prior to the start of this race. let me go ahead and drag down our pole position qualifier, Philip Temples. Have a quick little chat with him, see how he is feeling about tonight's race. Philip, it is Josh up in the booth.
How you doing, Josh?
How's it going, man? I saw you you snagged the pole position, qualified really well, just fast enough to outbeat the rest of your competition. How you feeling about the race here at Chicagoland?
I got lucky in qualifying. I'm not all that confident here. This place is tough.
Yeah, it's
We'll
definitely
see.
definitely not the easiest track. It's one of the ones I do like myself, but we'll go ahead and wish you luck. I think maybe you're hiding a little bit of a trick up your sleeve like you did to me last week. You didn't sound too confident, and all of a sudden you were out front on the lap that mattered. So
It's the only one you have to lead, man.
that's my point.
We'll see. It's these guys usually give me some fast Chevrolets, so we'll see what happens.
All right, we will let you get back to hanging out during your warm-up time prior to gridding, and we will see you out on track.
All right, man.
All right, good luck out there. All right, that was our pole qualifier. Sudden Death, I see you over in chat. How's it going? What's going on, buddy? Let me see if I can find someone else. Have a quick. Oh, you know what? Wanted to pull up Billy real quick. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, Billy.
Yeah.
You qualified, I think fourth. Yeah, I was gonna say fourth. We usually have a quick little chat before you get racing. Wanted to see how you were feeling about tonight.
Feeling pretty good. I mean, we got a couple of old racers back, Anthony and Philip Temples. So those are the guys, and of course Eric Blunt. He's right up there with them tonight. So they put down some strong laps, and that means the rest of us are gonna have to work a little bit harder to stay with them. And we're all up for the challenge.
You guys all looked pretty uniform in qualifying. I didn't see any super major time differences there between most of you guys.
Yeah.
So.
But I
be
want
able
to
to
thank
reel
everybody
in.
for tuning in. Thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and thank my sponsor, Performance Distributors, for staying with me and supporting me the way they do. And thanks all the people watching tonight. Thanks for coming out. I'll let Liz know that you guys are praying for her, and I'm gonna try to pull this one off for her tonight.
All right, man. We will be wishing you all the luck down there on the racetrack tonight, and we will be keeping a close eye on that number 8 machine.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. All right. That was our league owner, Billy Stanley. Let's go ahead. There we go. I had to get my SDK back up. Elvis Presley out here setting some laps down. Let me see if I can pull him in for a quick little chat. Don't have a whole lot of time left here, but he should be available in just a second. Alright, Elvis, it is Josh up in the booth. Yeah, how are you how you feeling about tonight's race? You think you got what it takes?
My boy, this number 1 RCA car is feeling good tonight.
Alright, that's exactly what we wanted to hear out of the man himself. Wow, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. We definitely want to go ahead and wish you some luck. You got some fierce competition out there. There is your arch nemesis out there. You gotta keep an eye on. Look out for him. I think we all know who we're talking about there.
Watch out, number 95 is coming pretty fast.
Yes, he is. He was looking pretty good in qualifying, looking pretty good in practice. He's definitely going to be giving you a hard time tonight, I would imagine. And we'll go ahead and wish you some luck as we get gridded up. Take it easy out there and get her done.
All right, fellas, it's time this Memphis boy hammered down.
Alrighty. That was unfortunately a little quicker than I wanted to be, but that was Elvis Presley, the #1 RCA car. Well, sorry, #1 flat white car tonight. Let me go ahead, show our grid while we get this pace lap underway. So, starting P#1, we've got the 17 of Philip Temples. To his outside, the 6 of Eric Blunt. Row number 2 is going to bring in P3 Anthony Bledsoe. In the number 81, his outside, starting P4 Billy Stanley in the number 8. Row number 3, starting 5th, we've got Charlie Parker in the double nickel, and then his outside in P6 Daniel Holloway in the 21. Starting row number 4, P7, we got Mike Woodward in the 61 and his outside in P8 Sudden Death 95 Richard Suddeth. Row number 5, starting P9, we got David Cox in the 19, and to his outside, starting P10, we got Elvis Presley in the 1. Row number 6 is going to have Cole Spaulding starting 11, and to his outside, Tom Atlas starting P12. And that will round out our field for tonight's race here at Chicagoland Speedway.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's out, and these boys are ready to get rolling. Philip Temple's getting off to a pretty dominant lead over the rest of the pack already. Oh, a little bit of trouble for the 21. Looking like he might have got a little tighter, a little looser coming out of turn 2. So Stanley working that high line, following 6 Eric Blunt. Seems to be working pretty well for them right now. We'll have to see how that does on the tires. 51 of Anthony Bledsoe right now fighting for that P2 position, jockeying back and forth with the 6. He's going to clear him coming out of turn 2. 6 said, hold on, wait, hold my beer. I'm diving in on turn 3. Here he comes. Bill Stanley taking full advantage. He's going to take him 3 wide coming out of 4. 51 in the wall a little bit. He keeps it straight. Just barely. New fastest lap right now set by the 95 of Richard Suddeth. These boys are still fighting 3 wide, hanging on. Oh, 6 got a little bumpy there coming out of 2. Almost into the inside of, oh no!
The yellow flag is out.
Not quite enough room, and the 6 is going to spin. Going down. Down towards the inside, stuck on the nose of the 8 of Billy Stanley. First caution of the night, 2 laps in. Let's go ahead and slow this down real quick. Let's take a look at what happens. Looks like they both start moving up the racetrack. Oh, Billy trying to close the gap, moves up, and the 6 staying right where he was, just kind of gets snagged on that front bumper. Does not look like there's any major damage there. I am following the wrong person. 6 gets it right, fixes it up there on the apron. Should be little to no damage for either of these drivers. Just a minor setback. Nothing they can't drive through and make up for afterwards. Live here they all come down pit road, including the one of Elvis Presley. Oh no, trouble with the 8 and the 21 again. Or this time the 21 and the 8. 21 getting turned, trying to get into his pit stall there. The 8 having a hard time now after that little bit of contact there on pit road. He's going to lose a couple of spots trying to get reorganized back into his pit road, or pit box. The 95, the 19, and the 68 of Richard Suddeth, David Cox, and Tom Atlas all opting to stay out. Not long enough there to feel the need to grab any new tires or top up on any fuel. They're going to stay out, take some free track position there, and start 1, 2, 3 in that order. This time by should be getting them too wide and ready to go again. Pace lights are off. One more pace lap around, and we are back to green flag racing. 95 restarting this race in the pole position this time around with the 19 David Cox to his outside and the 68 Tom Atlas, who also stayed out right behind him. Eric Blount getting a couple of spots back there after that incident down pit road, or after his incident that happened on pit road, and he's going to be restarting 4th. Charlie Parker, I think, hanging on to a couple of spots. I believe he was sitting about 5th on the initial start. So including the drivers that stayed out, he is restarting just about where he started, picking up a couple over the drivers that were originally ahead of him. 49 of Spalding also picking up a couple of spots there. He started this race from the back, did not put down a qualifying time, and so far it is paying off. Pace truck is off. He's going to cut slightly through the infield, getting off a little late, and we're green flag racing again. Seven laps into this 40-lap race, we are almost a quarter of the way through already. 95 out with a dominating start there, putting a couple of car lengths between him and the 68 Atlas right behind him. 6 being quick to make up any time he can already. Looking to go too wide for that second place position. He's made it to the outside of the 68. He's looking for it. Can he clear him before turn 1? Not quite. They will stay side by side through turns 1 and 2. 95 just out there. Oh no! Big trouble for the 6 and the 68. Multiple drivers tangled up. Someone flipping through the that was Mike Woodward in 61 flipping down the infield there. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one. Incident happens. Just barely missing the 8 of Billy Stanley. He's going to clip the front bumper of the 6. That's just going to take him for a wild ride. Meatball flag for the 55 of Charlie Parker also. He got stuck to the outside wall trying to avoid collision there. Looks like most drivers are going to make it out of here unscathed, but a couple, unfortunately, just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. Mike Woodward bringing it down pit road. He's going to grab the backup car. I believe that 68 Tom Atlas may be doing the same. Got quite a few people down here coming down pit road. Charlie Parker took a little bit bigger of a hit than I thought he did. He is missing his entire right front wheel, so he limps that thing back to his pit box. We're gonna have to go back and take a little look there. what happened to Charlie Parker during this while these guys get all sorted out and fixed up. Looks like the 6 is opting to fix as much of the damage as he can without using his fast repair yet. Charlie Parker right behind the AL 68 and the 6. They start spinning. Not much time to break there, so he takes it high. Not enough time to keep it off of the wall. Pretty decent hit there. 19 also up into the wall heavy. Both drivers definitely with some heavy right front damage after that one. Unfortunately, missing the big incident going to cause them to also take a chunk out of that wall, and still going to have to get some damage repaired. Wave around for the 68 of Tom Atlas there. Oh, there goes the wheel from the 55 in the replay. Let me speed this up the old-fashioned way. There we go. We are back to live. Live button was being a little bit delayed. The 21 making out like a bandit there. Made it through the incident. Same with Billy Stanley and the 49 of Cole Spaulding. Gonna be our both of our first 2 rows there. 95 of Richard Sudduth hanging on the lead. He was well ahead of any mess that started behind him there. 21 of Holloway managing to just get by. He's gonna hang on. Restart second. Billy Stanley is going to restart third, right behind Richard Sudduth, and Cole Spaulding is outside, restarting fourth. Does look like Philip Temples is going to be the one to restart fifth. Tom Atlas dropping to the back right there.
Green flag, green flag.
Richard Sudduth off to a killer jump again, putting a couple car lengths between him and the rest of the field there. Oh, I completely forgot to change this back to gap so you guys can see the spacing difference there between you and your favorite drivers. Richard Sudduth maintaining a 2/10 lead right now over the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Bill Stanley fighting with the 49, hang on to third place right now. They are side by side behind the leaders. Philip Temple's creeping up. He's looking to make it 3 wide. He's going to do it. He thinks better. Charlie Parker there got the backup ride out. He is all fixed up, ready to race. Just outside of our top 5 right now. Looking to put that 55 right back where it belongs. Billy Stanley doing a real good job right now holding off this 17 machine of Philip Temples, who is looking for any way he can find to get around that 8 car. 8 now looking at the back bumper of 21. He's looking for a spot. Almost goes for a crossover. Not quite. Looking to the inside now. He's going to try to close the gap on corner entry. He's got a nose beside him, and they are side by side down the front straightaway. Philip Temple's now deciding maybe it's time to put it 3 wide. He backs out just slightly. Stays around that high line. Now putting pressure on the 8. New fastest lap right now set by the 51 of Anthony Bledsoe. 17's going to clear the 8 on the corner entry into 3. He's going to dive him inside. Going for a 2-for-1 move here. He's going to clear him as the 21 gets into the outside wall. Richard Sudduth in the 95, still our race leader now. He's going to have to fend off the 17 from taking that lead away. 25 laps to go here. We are almost at our halfway point. 17 all over the rear bumper of that 95 on the corner entry. Stanley sticking his nose in. He forces the 17 to stay high. big old battle between 4 cars for our top 3 positions here. 51 now moving outside of the 8. 8's going to stick it to the line. He's going to hold it on the bottom almost enough to get underneath of the 17. Looking a little loose there coming out of 1 and 2. Now trying to fend off the 51 to hang on the 3rd. Charlie Parker now coming into the mix with these guys battling in front of him, just kind of pulling them in ever so slightly. 17 getting alongside the outside of Richard Sutton. If he gets a little loose, that's going to let the 17 clear him. Now Bill Stanley putting the pressure on, looking for that second place position. 95 is going to shut the door. The 51 is going to sneak around the bottom. And the 8 still hanging out in 4th place right now. '51 trying to hold off the attack there on the 95. A little bit of contact between the 8 and the 95. 51 will do it for now. He will hang on to 2nd place. 95 now under fire from Billy Stanley in the 8. He is looking to take that 3rd place position back. Side by side racing, they're leaving each other plenty of room. Plenty of racetrack to utilize here at Chicagoland. Still side by side for that number 3 spot. Charlie Parker now sneaking into the mix while they stay side by side. Of our top 5 drivers right now, all in view of each other. All within a second from lead to 5th. Almost all within half a second. Let's go ahead and take a look at our fastest 5 for 5 drivers of the night. Right now, Anthony Bledsoe, our fastest driver out on track right now by average time. He's in 2nd place, knocking at the back door. 1st place, Richard Sutton at the 95 is stuck to the wall. That's going to open the door for the 55 and the 8 to get by. Oh! He overcorrects it. Once he gets it off, he's going to slam back into the wall again. No caution. That's going to be that's a painful moment there for that 95 machine. He is definitely going to have a little bit of wheel damage from that, and definitely some time to make up. Philip Temple's now moving up to the fastest car, 5 for 5, technically tied. Uh-oh, we got a meatball flag for Billy Stanley. I just saw him as the 95 went by. He got stuck to the outside wall. Whoa, Elvis Presley not leaving him much room there as he skirts on by. Still no caution. The 8 is going to have to limp that car back to the pits. We'll have to check on him later. Billy Stanley was our 3rd fastest 5 for 5 driver in average time. And here comes our 3rd caution of the night, just about at that halfway mark. Just a little over. Eric Blunt still in the pits, getting some damage fixed. I think he may have used it early on. Bill Stanley's going to tow to the pits. Tom Atlas and Elvis Presley both down, I believe, a lap or 2 here. Oh, down 2 laps. Sorry, I got it right on the right side of my screen. Mike Woodward down 1 lap, Elvis Presley and Tom Atlas down 2 laps. Bill Stanley and Eric Blunt both in the pits. So as of now, our updated 5 for 5 fastest, we have Philip Temples, Anthony Bledsoe, Charlie Parker, Cole Spaulding, and Daniel Holloway. All pretty close to each other there, all within a half second of average lap times. It's going to get a little wonky here as we take the caution, and a bunch of them come on down pit road. They're going to grab some fresh tires, maybe top up on gas if they need it. Just now realizing I haven't done a lick of Elvis trivia tonight. And let me go ahead and find us a good question here. You know what? Something I just saw that I didn't know and impresses me nonetheless. Did not realize he was this young, but we talked about his Graceland mansion. Does anybody here in chat know how old Elvis was when he made the purchase for that Graceland mansion in 1957 for only $102,500? I say only, that was a lot of money in the 1950s. Go ahead and give us here till the end of our third caution, right before we take the green flag. Go ahead and put any answers you might have down in chat. Answer, I'm sure, will surprise many. Billy Stanley still spending some time in the pits here, getting it finished up, just getting some new tires put on. Car looks all repaired. Unfortunately, we'll be down 2 to 3 laps as our leaders, says the 81. Now I'm looking at it on the tower. 51 on the car. We'll stick with 51 for now. The 51, Anthony Bledsoe, leading them to the green flag. 95 Richard Sudduth, who had quite an issue there getting stuck to the wall after this pit cycle, has found his way to second place. Philip Temples and Cole Spaulding, that second row, right behind our leaders. Everyone timed that restart. Phenomenal. Keeping the distance minimal. And staying right to the back bumper of that 51. Ready to make a move. Here comes the 17 of Philip Temples. The answer to the question of how old Elvis was when he bought his infamous Graceland mansion was 22 years old. We've got a pass for the lead by the 17, side by side. Anthony's going to fend them off. He's going to take that lead right back. It's going to be another lap led there for 51. But the battle is not over yet. 22 years old, though. Phenomenal. Crazy to think about. I myself am 26. I'll be 27 in just about 2 weeks here. And I couldn't imagine having the kind of money or fame that Elvis built and made throughout his life, and just purchasing a mansion back when I was only 22 years old. I mean, I still feel like a kid now, almost 27 years old, so couldn't imagine how surreal that moment was at only 22. 57's going to fend off the attack for a minute. He's going to catch his breath for just a second, and the 17 is back alongside him, coming into 3 and 4. 49, Cole Spaulding looking to take advantage. Not quite enough speed out of the corner to do it and follow with the 17. He's going to hang out in third. 51 is going to get right back alongside the 17. They're battling it out. I did learn that reading up about Elvis over the last few weeks, and I'll tell you what, the willpower and determination sometimes is one hell of a thing, because it'll motivate you to no avail to get something done when you want it done. Almost some major problems there for the rest of the field. 17 of the 51 going to make a little bit of a breakaway here. Going to get some space to battle it out for the lead. 21 of Daniel Holloway. He's trying to make up that lost time. He has about a half second between him and the leader, and just a tad less between him and second place, who's all over Philip's bumper there. But yeah, I mean, you hear these stories about people that have determination and willpower, and it, sometimes they achieve some pretty crazy things, even at a young age or any age, and you're just, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of surreal hearing about it until you're in a position where something motivates you to that same degree. And it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about. To find success at a young age like that is definitely not easy. And I mean, I feel like in today's day and age, with so much social media, it's definitely a lot easier to get, if you have talents, to kind of get it out there and have people find them and, have the chance of someone stumbling across it. I mean, back in the 1950s, I mean, even if you're risking it all, it's got to be scary. I mean, you're riding on a lot to get your name out there and to really kind of make it. It's not easy to be discovered back then. We didn't have the internet where you could just make a video and post it, and 10 seconds later 1,000 people are going to see it. I mean, it's crazy to build such an empire at such a young age. Truly fascinating in my eyes. Oh, Philip Temple's rubbing the wall a little bit there. Daniel Holloway slowly chipping away at the time between him and the leaders. He is reeling them in big times. The 51 has a little trouble coming out of turns 2. He's going to get it right alongside him. He's hunting down that second place position. Side-by-side battle for second. Leaving Philip Temple's the room and space and relaxation to drive that car away. Now up to almost a half second between him and Holloway and him and Anthony Bledsoe. Currently battling it out. 51's going to clear coming through turns 1 and 2. Put a little space between him and Holloway. Maybe get some breathing room. Charlie Parker, he's sneaking up. The 51's going to rub the wall. Is it going to slow him down any? It doesn't look like it. Charlie Parker slowly chipping time away. Everyone else has fallen to more than 2.5 seconds behind the leader. Our top 4, all within a second of Philip Temples in that 17. Keeping the camera here focused on the 51 of Anthony Bledsoe, just to give us a little bit of a wide range here so we can kind of see all of our leaders. Oh, I agree. I mean, I think it was last week we were talking about the amount of records he had go gold and platinums. The 51 looking for a dive on the 17s, not quite going to get there. But the amount of records that he had, records and singles and just music in general that topped the Billboard charts and that went platinum and gold and. It's insane the amount of music that this man made in his lifetime. And the even crazier part about it is, as unfortunate as it was, Elvis passed away, I don't want to say super young, but he didn't live a full-length life like some of these artists that you see now, like, that are, for lack of a better term, just kind of getting old and still out there touring, still putting music out. I mean, think about how much more he could have made had he have lived a full life. The white flag already here at Chicagoland Speedway, side by side. The 21 and the 51 for second place. Charlie Parker just behind him, hoping for any slip up to put that 55 on the podium. Right on the bumper of third place. Philip Temple is all the room in the world. One more time. Yeah, I mean, I think the Rolling Stones are still out touring. Third door banging for second place, and I think the 51 holds on to it. Charlie Parker almost sliding up underneath while they fight for that second place position. It's going to fall just short, bringing it home fourth. What a finish by the 21 and the 51 there. Philip Temples again again, not so confident in his pre-race interview after qualifying pole position. And what does he do? He puts it out there and puts it in victory lane yet again. Second race back at the Graceland Shootout Series here tonight. Yeah, 83 years old and still out here, just getting it done, making music, having fun with music. I don't know if they're still making any music per se, but I do know that they're still touring. The Rolling Stones in particular. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Let me go ahead and pull up our top 3 race podium finishers. Philip Temples, P1. Anthony Bledsoe, P2. Coming back for his first race in a while. And Daniel Holloway sneaking in the P3, holding off the 55 of Charlie Parker just enough. Let's go ahead and start with the 21 of Daniel Holloway. Mr. Holloway, number 1, congrats on that P3 finish. And, man, what a battle you and Anthony had there those last couple of laps.
Oh, man, I just needed another lap, and I don't know, probably get them. Once I think I cleared them, I think I'd have been good and maybe fought Phillip there, but just couldn't clear them. It was a good, hard, clean fight and stuff, and for once, finally, I wasn't getting caused in a wreck this time.
Yeah, you had a rough week or two there the last couple of weeks, kind of getting tangled up in some messes and just some unfortunate luck. I mean, it's part of racing, it happens, but nonetheless, it always sucks. But holding it down, bringing it home third, and, again, killer race, phenomenal finish between you and Anthony. It's a lot of fun. I don't think I really have many. I do have one question while I got you here. How was the tire wear on this track? Because I saw quite a few of you guys come down pit road just about every caution chance you guys got. Changed out tires, grabbed a little fuel, and went back out there to kind of dominate.
Well, Chicago, it loves tires, so it doesn't matter what car you're in here. It's how well you manage the tires, but if you get a caution opportunity knocks, get some fresh tires. I mean, that last caution, I had, I don't know, 6 or 7 laps on it, and they were down to like 90%. So you needed tires to stay up front and stuff like that. So, and just playing the strategy, but good points night. Eric got the glitch as far as couldn't get out of the pits from towing and broke down. So
Okay.
it's a big points gain tonight for sure. And then Billy had a mechanical failure in his steering wheel. So that's another one that I know we were tied for second for points. So it was a good points night for tonight.
Yes, definitely a killer points tonight for that 21 machine. I was curious of what happened with Billy. I didn't get a chance to pull him up there. It felt like the cautions went by kind of quick tonight here at Chicagoland. We also didn't have too many. I think we only had 3 or 4. So pretty quick race for you guys and very, very clean race considering the low amount of cautions, I would say, kind of compared to the rest of the nights we tend to have here. So congrats.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a good race night tonight. So a good battle for up front.
Definitely was. So congrats on P3. Anyone you would like to thank and shout out for your P3 finish tonight?
Shout out for Graceland Shootout Series. Every week, good drivers in here. We always like to chit chat and give each other some hectic as far as picking on each other, but still have fun with it. Phil, good job again on the win. Charlie Parker Outdoors, I think that's our sponsor there for you and everybody watching.
All right, man. And thank you guys for such a show week in and week out. We have fun up here, that's for sure. And I will put you back with the guys. Go ahead and celebrate that podium finish. And I'm going to go ahead and steal Anthony for a quick moment.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
You too. All right, that was our P3 finisher, Daniel Holloway. Let me go ahead, steal Anthony, bring him down here. Anthony, it is Josh up in the booth. Congrats on P2. What a battle that was to hold off the 21 of Mr. Holloway there for the last couple of laps, kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, that was a fun race. Definitely a close finish. I thought he got it, but ended up coming ahead of him, and it was just a fun race, fun battling with him. And glad to be back.
Yeah, man. I mean, what a better race to kind of debut coming back to the series and putting it P2 and almost fighting for the lead a couple of times there. I mean, it was a good race for you guys up front, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I was trying to put my nose in there on Phillip, but I just didn't have enough in me to get up there. I think I should have took 4 tires on that last stop. Tried the 2 tires just to see what it would do. I mean, it was good, but I just don't think it was good enough.
Just not quite enough grip sometimes on them 2 tires. Sometimes it's better than the 4, and sometimes it's just a little bit less than what you need. So I've been there myself a couple of times.
Yep.
All right, man. I will congratulate you on P2. I don't think I have any other questions, but congrats on P2. Anyone you would like to shout out and or thank for your podium finish here tonight?
I just thank you for broadcasting it, and thank everybody for letting me come back. Hopefully finish out the season strong.
All right. Yeah, you definitely got a little bit of points work there to make up for the last handful of races we've already ran, but with finishes like these, I think you will climb the rankings fairly quick.
Oh yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yes, we will. All right, man. Congrats on P2, and I will catch you guys next week. I'm going to go ahead and steal Phillip.
Alrighty, thank you, sir.
All right, that was our P2 finisher, Anthony Bledsoe. Let's go ahead, drag the 17, 2-time back-to-back winner, Phillip Temples. Congrats on P1, and spectacular driving. And I'll say it again, didn't sound so confident in the beginning, and here you are in victory lane for the 2nd week in a row.
I got lucky. What can I say?
You and your luck. What do you got? You got a
Look, I'd rather be lucky than good.
Can't complain about that. Honestly, I think I would take that same argument. I think you got a secret
fun
rabbit's
race.
foot or something hung up on the mirror of that car or something.
Nah, it's this way everywhere I drive. I get lucky.
Nonetheless, I mean, spectacular performance. You were able to kind of take care of your tires enough there, and saw you come down pit road a few times, grab some freshies every time you had the chance. Seemed to do enough to put you out in front yet again. And once you got out there, I mean, you almost ran away with it. Anthony tried to run you down a couple times, couldn't quite make it stick, and you just seemed to have the car to beat tonight.
I kind of knew if I got out front, they weren't going to get by me. It was just, I'm glad that I was in the position that I was in when I was in the position that I was in. I wouldn't have wanted to be the chaser there on those last few laps.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It's definitely a little tricky here at Chicagoland. I don't know how these super lates perform here at Chicagoland, but I know racing the next gen cars and a couple other series, depending on the suspension setups, it's a little bumpy out there, so it can be kind of tough to really make moves, given the just where some of the bumps are. You kind of have to run a really specific line at times.
well, with me, I was just once I was able to get back by Anthony after he got the lead on that pit stop. I think he took 2 tires there. I took 4. Once I was able to get back out there, I wanted to be able to control the air, and I think that was the key to the whole deal all night long.
Yeah, it definitely makes a pretty big difference, especially, like I said before, with the bumps. I mean, getting someone a little tight there when they're trying to make some time up behind you can make all the difference between someone getting around you and someone just not quite finding enough grip or speed.
Yeah, you get the car washed as soon as somebody come across the nose. You had to keep your nose clean. it was pretty tricky back there in dirty air. So, like I said, after that last caution, I knew where I wanted to be, and it was just getting there. And once I got there, I kind of knew what was going to happen. It was a fun race, though. It was a heck of a race for second.
Yeah, it was man, that was a killer battle to watch. I wasn't quite sure as they crossed the line who's gonna be scored where for a split moment, and Anthony just barely hung on. I think he got him
It was
by
like
like
1/1000th
or something.
Yeah.
Just barely hung on the second place, and it's definitely a fun battle to watch from up here.
It's a fun battle to watch in my rearview mirror.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially being out in the lead, they're battling. They're not really putting any pressure on you. You can kind of coast around and keep them behind you.
That's all I was trying to do those last few laps. It was I was glad to see Daniel get up there and mess around with Anthony and not give him a shot. So it worked out kind of the way I planned it, to be honest.
I was gonna say sometimes it pays off just enough. Definitely had those situations myself, whether I was the one unintentionally helping the leader put some distance, or being the one in front of a battle going on, and I'm like, oh, nice. I kind of got some breathing room now. So definitely nice.
It was a fun race.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to congratulate you on P1 and your nice back-to-back wins here in the Graceland Shootout Series since returning. And anyone you want?
Where are we at next week?
Next week is a bye week, but
the following week, next race.
On the 12th, we go to Las Vegas, which will be a fun one. Pretty good banking. Should be a lot of high-speed racing.
Well, let's see if we can go for 3 in a row.
I think you got a shot. You drive it like you did the last 2 weeks. I think you got a pretty killer shot at it.
Yeah, man, I like this car. Good car.
Yeah, it definitely looks fun. I'm gonna have to hop down there and practice one day, maybe pre-broadcast and turn some laps.
I like this car better on short tracks, though.
Yeah, I've heard it's amazing to race on the short tracks.
It's fun, a lot of fun. You gotta have a lot of car control.
I'll be competing with super late models on short tracks in my own league, starting up at the end of the month, or end of next month, end of August. So like a month and a half. So I'll get to kind of try them out on the short tracks and have some fun with them. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's a blast.
And but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and congratulate you on P1. Anyone that you would like to thank and or shout out for tonight's win?
Thanks for the guys who do this series. Been there, done that. It's tough, and thanks for the family for letting me do what I do.
Yeah, man. All right, congratulations on P1. I'll let you get back to chatting with the boys and celebrate the back-to-back victories, and we will see you guys on July 12th.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. All right, that was the race winner, the man himself, Philip Temples, bringing it home, victory lane, back-to-back weeks. Let's go ahead and take a look at our results for tonight here at Chicagoland Speedway. So Philip Temples, Anthony Bledsoe, and Daniel Holloway will be our top 3 finishers. Charlie Parker is going to bring home 4th, Cole Spaulding 5th, Richard Suddeth 6th, David Cox 7th, Mike Woodward 8th, Elvis Presley 9th, Tom Atlas 10th, Billy Stanley 11th, and Eric Blunt 12th. Hard charger tonight is going to go to Cole Spaulding, up 6 positions from starting grid. Most laps led were by Philip Temples, leading just over half the race at 22 laps. Fastest lap also set by Philip Temples. And pole position qualifier, also Philip Temples. I'm starting to see a little trend here. We had 40 laps tonight, total distance of 61.14 miles. 2 green flag lead changes with 3 different leaders and 3 cautions tonight, totaling up to 9 laps. I am your host, Joshua Norton. We will be live again, not next weekend, but the weekend after on July 12th for Las Vegas Motor Speedway, continuing the Graceland Shootout Series after our July 4th celebratory bye week, and I hope to see you guys there. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in just a couple weeks.